Then to move on, I grew up in a very difficult time, the Depression, and money was very scarce around the whole. We didn't have much money, but we were in the same boat as a lot of the same people, and I started working after we'd moved close to town. I had a paper route that I delivered the Hutchinson Herald on my Shetland pony every morning before I went to school. Sarah, can you bring in a picture of my Shetland pony?
Okay, how did you deliver in town or?
In town.
Okay, and the paper was a morning paper?
Morning paper. It came in to the post office. They brought it down by car from Waukene, from Ransom, which is north of us. The main train went through there, and they brought it down. It got into town about 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I shined shoes at a barber shop.
So what, for delivering papers,
It's the Hutchinson Herald.
is the Hutchinson Herald, and so you would just ride your pony and you'd throw the newspaper?
I rode my pony, and if they had a nice yard, I would get off and take it up and put it on the porch. If they didn't, I'd ride right up and just stick it on the porch or in the screen door or something.
Did you have to collect the dues?
Yes, I did.
Okay, when did you do that?
Well, usually at the end of the week, and sometimes I think the paper was 15 cents a week at that time, and sometimes you had trouble even getting that from some people. But then I moved. There was a guy that had a clothing store up the street, and he came in and wanted to know if I was a freshman in high school, if I would like to go to work in the clothing store. So I said, well, yes. And he said, I can't pay you much, and I found out that I worked there while I was going to school for 2 years, and I was getting $4 a week. But actually he was about my size, and I had a lot of nice hand-me-down clothes. And
So that sounds like a lot more money than you made delivering a paper then.
Well, yeah, it was, and I kind of liked clothes too, and
So who would buy clothes? I mean, I guess were there wealthy people in town who would buy the clothes? Or?
oh yes, there were people in town who would buy clothes, and of course, nothing was very expensive at that time.
Okay, do you want to show this in front of the video camera? This is you on your pony with your newspaper. There we go. So there you are on your pony. Your parents just let you use that pony?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, that was my pony.
Oh, it was your pony. Did you buy the pony?
No, my brother bought that for me.
Okay.
And
Did he buy it for your newspaper route?
well, he bought it for me just because he thought I needed a pony, and he didn't have much money either. He was working at a filling station for $14 a week. So, but I was still at the clothing store the morning of the bombing of Pearl Harbor. We were taking inventory, and all the people involved in this clothing business were young men. They knew they were going to have to go to the service. So they just had a going out of business sale, and they closed the store. And I thought, well, now what am I going to do? And the guy that owned the drugstore across the street came over and wanted to know if I would like to work over at the drugstore. I went to work at the drugstore for $10 a week.
How many hours were you doing?
Well, I would guess even during school year, I was probably working about 30 hours a week because I went to work at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and a lot of times we'd be open till 11 at night.
Oh my goodness.
Well, if there were any cars parked on the street, there were people at the late movie, and they just might come into the drugstore and buy something.
So there you go. What did you sell in the drugstore? Did they have a soda shop?
I worked behind the soda fountain.
Uh-huh.
And it was really a pretty good deal for me because I got all the milkshakes and everything I wanted, and it kind of eased the grocery bill at home, and I worked there until I graduated from high school.